Brainstem. The brainstem comprises of the midbrain, the pons, and the medulla oblongata. Let's talk about the functions of the brainstem with respect to the following. The first one is the ascending descending tracts, secondly cranial nuclei, and thirdly the physiological functions. So under ascending and descending tracts, we have the spinothalamic tract, the corticospinal tract, and the DCML, which is the dorsal column medial lemniscus. So in the corticospinal tract, it controls or brings about the change in the muscle tone. Spinothalamic tract alters the pain, temperature, and the other touch sensations. Cranial nuclei, we need to remember this, that the third and the fourth cranial nerve, they arise from the midbrain. Fifth, sixth, seventh, and the eighth nerve, they arise from pons. 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th arise from medulla oblongata. Physiological functions of brainstem are respiration, consciousness, sleep control, blood pressure, and the other autonomic functions, which includes meiosis, which means constriction of the pupil, ptosis, which is drooping of eyelids, digestion, and saliva. The main source of blood supply to the brainstem is received from the vertebral and the basilar artery. Now there are three important syndromes which you need to remember under brainstem. That is, if the following parts get affected. If the midbrain gets affected, it is called as Weber's syndrome. If it is the pons, then it is called as locked-in syndrome. And if medulla oblongata, then the Wallenberg syndrome. So the first one is the Weber's syndrome. It is also called as midbrain stroke. This results in ipsilateral third nerve palsy, which means the oculomotor nerve, which is the third nerve, and contralateral hemiparesis. So ipsilateral, that is on the same side, the oculomotor nerve gets affected, and contralaterally, that is on the opposite side, you see hemiparesis, that is one side weakness. If the pons gets affected, it is the locked-in syndrome, that is, it includes quadriplegia, but the eye movement and cognition is spared. And lastly, the medulla oblongata. If the medulla oblongata is affected, results in Wallenberg syndrome, wherein you see Horner's syndrome, which is characterized by meiosis, ptosis, and absence of sweating, hoarseness of voice, dysphagia, which is difficulty in swallowing, and nystagmus.